Back here, WHIP, Philly's #1 college radio station. I still think the offensive MVP of the national championship game, Eddie Lacy, is still running over that Notre Dame defense. Alabama defeated Notre Dame by the score of 42-14. Alabama, back-to-back national champions. They're third in 4 years. Yes, they are a dynasty. So let's welcome in number 42 of the Crimson Tide, and that is Eddie Lacy. Eddie, Zach Gelb here. Congratulations. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. Thanks for having me on the show.
Well, thank you for coming on. I understand that you did make your decision to go pro this week and you're going to enter the NFL draft. What factored into that decision to leave Alabama?
We had a good football season. We won a national championship, so that was a big part of it. But, as a running back, you don't have many years to play this position. So, you basically have to go when you can because, so you never know when your last player is going to be. So, I've always wanted to play in the NFL. It was a lifelong dream of mine, and I finally get the chance to live it.
To me, I just feel like your stock is as high as it could ever be as an NFL running back coming out of college. You just won 2 national championships. Alabama always produces good running backs. Do you just feel like you accomplished everything by leaving Alabama at this time?
I have. I've been here for 4 years now, and that we won 3 out of the 4 last championships, national championships. So, I feel like there's not much left, that I have to play for. We pretty much accomplished everything.
It's a long process to try to get into the NFL draft. You have to go through a lot of workouts. You have your pro day and the combine. Let's say if I'm an NFL scout and I come up to you and I say, Eddie, we really want to draft you. We're looking at a few other guys. Sell me on who Eddie Lacy is. What would you say?
I would say, he's a guy, when you get him, he's going to work. He's going to do everything he's asked of. Not going to cause any trouble on or off the field. He's very business-like, and he's going to do everything he can to make sure whenever he gets his opportunity, he makes the best of it.
Nick Saban has had some pro experience. He's also a great college coach, one of the best coaches of all time in the college ranks. Did you at all consult him before you made that decision?
I did. Before you do anything, you got to make sure you go through a coach. He has a lot of insight on, like you said, he was an NFL coach for a while, so he has a lot of people he knows on that level, so he can give you the information that you need so you can better understand the decision that you're going to have to make.
Take me back to that first time you met Nick Saban when he was recruiting you. What goes through your head when you first met him?
Well, he came to my house, and, me and him and my parents, we sat down and we talked, and, he was straight to the point. He's very business-oriented, so he was like, we have a lot of running backs, and, we're recruiting Trey Richardson as well, but we think at some point in your career you're going to be, you're going to be a big key for us. You're going to help us win. And, as far as, him talking to my parents, my parents know that, he's a no-nonsense coach. He doesn't take a lot of stuff. If you have a lot of off-field or on-field problems, if you don't address it within a certain amount of time, he's just going to send you back home because he doesn't have time. We call them blinking lights. He doesn't like distractions. Everything is business and it has to go a certain way.
I'm sitting there watching the postgame. You guys just won your 3rd national championship in 4 years. I consider you guys a dynasty, and we all know Saban won't call you guys a dynasty. He wouldn't let you guys use that D word. But he's talking about how he's going to enjoy this for 2 days, and then he's getting ready to win another national championship game. Dealing with Nick Saban and being your head coach for so many years, does he ever smile? Have you ever seen him, smile and laugh?
I have to say he has his moments. I don't know what causes these moments, but, every now and then you'll go out on the practice field and, he'll walk around and you'll see him smile and, that's basically a smile around the whole time you'll see it.
Well, there definitely is a foundation in place, and he has a great system that has won in the college ranks of both LSU and Alabama. And you've also had a lot of good running backs during your time at Alabama. You were teammates with Trent Richardson, who's now a star with the Browns. Mark Ingram's now playing with the New Orleans Saints. What you learned from those 2 running backs that helped you get to where you are in your career at this point?
What I learned most is, the more physical you run, the better it'll be. We have a 2 running back tandem system, so if both of y'all run the same way, then, when it comes to the 3rd quarter, the 4th quarter, you'll wear defense down, and, they're tired, but we still rotating. So at that point, if you want to choose to not be physical, be more agile, you're able to do that because you're not as banged up as the defense is. and so they're not going to be as fast as they were when the game first started. So, you know, just being physical, running north and south, you know, that's what I learned most about them, so be successful.
We're talking to the national championship game offensive MVP. That's Eddie Lacy from Alabama, number 42. And Eddie, let's get to the game. Notre Dame comes in. They're number 1 in the country. They're undefeated. They have a great story with Manti Te'o, that defense, and everything they've done on the offensive side of the ball under Brian Kelly. Do you feel like that was your most complete game of the year with the result that happened last Monday night?
Yeah, I do. I mean, that game, you know, I feel like I did good in the ACC championship as well, but this game more in particular because, you know, they, you know, like you said, they had a great story. You know, they had the best defense. You know, they were undefeated, and you know, they didn't allow a lot of rushing yards all year long. So, you know, by being able to go out and accomplish the things I did, you know, with the help of offensive linemen and wideouts and tight ends blocking downfield, you know, I feel like I was able to accomplish a lot of things that they didn't let other teams accomplish throughout their season.
Why do you think you guys had so much success last Monday night? Or why do you think you guys were able to run the ball so efficiently?
I mean, we just, you know, we were tired of hearing, you know, all about their defense. I mean, we have an offense as well, so we went into the game with a chip on our shoulder. I mean, we respect them, you know, we respect every opponent we play, but, you know, we came out, we had our mindset, and we wanted to, you know, break everything that other teams couldn't, you know, like push the barriers, you know, exceeding all the challenges. And, you know, we came out, our offensive line did a great job the whole entire game. And, you know, they opened up holes for TJ and I to get through, and when we got through, we made the most of it every time.
Take me through that first touchdown. You guys go up 7-0. What are you seeing when that ball snapped and then once you're in the end zone?
It was a run play to the left, I believe, and it was kind of slow developing, but once I saw the hole, you know, I had a cutback lane, and then the middle was wide open, and I was able to score.
You guys, during the week, I heard the team wasn't that happy with the guys, the way you were practicing, and you had a players-only meeting. What actually happened to that players-only meeting, and how much did that help you guys win last Monday night?
I mean, we just had to come back to reality. I mean, we didn't practice like the 2 days prior to that meeting, and, you know, we knew if we practiced like that going forward, we wouldn't have the success that we wanted. So, you know, we just had to sit everybody down and, you know, let the leadership group talk and get everybody back focused. And, you know, thankfully we have a team where everybody responds. You know, when we have meetings, whether it's the players or the coaches, and so everybody was able to get on the same page. And from that moment on, we just went out and practiced the way we were supposed to.
Zach Gelb here, WHIP, Philly's #1 college radio station, talking to the national champion, Eddie Lacy of the Alabama Crimson Tide. A few more questions right before we let you go. And it was very interesting to me. I'm watching the game, and then you guys are up by a lot of points, and I see your quarterback, A.J. McCarron, and one of your best offensive linemen, Barrett Jones, start going at it this late in the football game. You're in that huddle. What exactly happened?
Whenever we call a play, we always have like a play to check to, depending on whatever the defense is in. So when they got to the line, you know, we was already short on time, and AJ wanted to hurry up and hike the ball, but Barrett, you know, he see the defense, so he wasn't aware of the shot clock, so he was trying to change it, and AJ was trying to hurry up and get him to hike it, and, you know, we was running out of time. He tried to call the timeout, and you know, they just had a few words, but, I mean, it's nothing that's, like, out of the ordinary for us. They do it a lot at practice, too. But, you know, it was funny, I think. It was just the heat of the moment. Barry didn't really know what was going on or whatever, and AJ was just, you know, a little hyper.
And you look at it, Barrett Jones is a big guy. A.J. McCarron's not the biggest of quarterbacks in the world, and you just saw the push happen. You're like, uh-oh, what's going on down there? But you look at A.J. McCarron, and I think that really speaks to he's not afraid no matter what size you are. He'll go out there and tell you how it is. Give me one word to describe your quarterback, and why do you choose that one word?
AJ, I would say AJ is relentless. I would say that because, you know, as a quarterback, you got to be able to keep going, and making sure your teammates are with you. And what I like most about him is, like, whenever something happened, like the game, for instance, you know, he ran out of time, and, you know, Barrett didn't know. So, I mean, he did it kind of hot-hittedly, but, you know, he was just letting them know, like, we got to get down and get set faster. And, you know, at practice, whenever it's a pass play, and, like, they throw an incomplete pass, and whenever the receiver come back, you know, he takes time to, you know, ask him what happened, or, what the wide receiver needs to do on the route, or if he needs to place the ball in a better place and things like that. So, I mean, he's just always trying to do whatever he can do to get better.
I think you guys were 9-0 going into that Texas A&M game, and everyone was speaking Alabama's going to go to the national championship game. They're going to win the national championship game. And then Johnny Manziel came into Alabama and got the victory. And I really thought that was a turning point for your team because I was curious to see how you guys were going to respond after that loss. And you came in the next week and you beat Western Carolina by the score of 49-0. Then you beat Auburn 49-0. And then you went on to defeat two very good teams in Georgia and Notre Dame. What was the feel in practice after you guys lost to Texas A&M and Johnny Manziel?
I mean, you know, when any team lose, you know, when you come back, you're going to be a little discouraged, you know. So, but for us, you know, we were the same way, but at the same time, it was an eye-opening, you know, experience for us. It let us know, like, you can lose on any given day, and it also allows you not to get complacent. So, I mean, I think it happened at a good time, even though it was like, even though you don't want to lose, it happened at a good time because it allowed all us to, like, actually sit back and realize, you know, like, just because we're Alabama don't mean we're going to beat whatever team we're supposed to beat, you know. And it allowed us to go the next few weeks and, you know, get the drive back, get the hunger back that we had at the beginning of the season.
Let's just say in 2 weeks you guys were to play again. Who would win, Alabama or Texas A&M if there was a rematch?
If we had to play them again, I'm going with us. We'd be more focused, you know, more disciplined. You know, we just take a whole different approach towards it.
Do you think it'd be a close game, or you see something like you saw up against Notre Dame where you guys won 42-14? Because that Johnny Manziel is a heck of a player.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, all props out to Johnny Manziel. You know, he's a great quarterback. I mean, he makes a lot of plays, whether it's with his arms or scrambling and then throwing it or just running it himself. You know, he's going to be a very good player in years to come.
2 more questions right before we let you go. As we're talking to Eddie Lacy. He's the offensive MVP of the national championship game. Alabama has won their 3rd national championship game in 4 years. And Eddie, you were on last year's team that won the national championship game. I'm just wondering, how does this one this year compared to the one that you won just about a year ago?
The only difference that I would say between this one and last year's is the fact that I played a bigger role in this year's one versus last year. You know, just being out there on mostly every play, you know, you're the guy who's helping the offense progress, and you're the one who's leading them, you know, to win. You know, it's a great feeling because it lets you know, like, you did everything you can to put your team in a position to win it.
Do you ever sit there and just pinch yourself and say, I just won the offensive MVP, I just won another national championship game, an NFL team's going to draft me coming up in April? Do you ever just sit there and appreciate what you've been able to accomplish so far in your career?
I do, but I don't allow myself to do it too much because then I might get complacent, you know. So I tend to keep it on the back of my mind because I know I'm a long way from being finished, and hopefully whenever all is said and done and I can't play football no more, that'll be more when I look back at the times like what I did this year and, you know, what I was able to accomplish on the next level.
Well, I appreciate the time. Congratulations once again on winning another national championship game. I hope we keep in touch and we get you back on whenever your name is called on draft day coming up in April. Best of luck, and let's talk again real soon.
I appreciate it. Thank you.